Hi everybody, Mike with Enviroscape LA. We're at our latest installation of sod. That's right, I said it, sod, grass. We're gonna put in a backyard full of beautiful lawn. And I love saying that because you know what? The majority of us, if you have kids or if you have dogs, you're gonna want lawn. And lawn is not the villain, it's not the bad thing. Just like fat, you know, we were told for years that fat is, you know, a high-fat diet leads to being fat. No, it doesn't. A wrong fat diet leads to being overweight. Not a high-fat diet. Avocados are 60% fat, and those things they'll actually help you lose weight. So the right kind of fat. Same thing with grass. And so you can check it out over here. We just installed the Rainbird Copper Shield technology, drip irrigation, underground watering. And we are going to make this happen tomorrow. This morning we installed it, but so we're doing two things. We're going to install drought-tolerant, low water usage grass. It's a native grass called mow-free. You don't even have to cut it. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And it's going to be watered with drip irrigation. But what are the guts of the system, of the watering system? Because without the water, you're not going to have grass. And so, number one, we're using the Copper Shield technology by drip irrigation by Rainbird. And a little bit about it, I'm not going to bore you with these details, but you notice here's a couple of valves, and the valves are integral part of the system. Here's a filter because we don't, in our city water, there's a little bit of debris now and then. We don't want it to get into our system. So there's the filter, it's a little screen mesh. So we clean that baby out, put it under water, just get out the little debris, kind of hit it, and then you're good to go. And we flush that on like that, and we're good to go for another year or so. This green box right here is actually an automatic fertilizer injection system. You can see the little blue right here. That shows us it has fertilizer in there. So whenever it turns on, it actually fertilizes the grass because new grass does appreciate having fertilizer. And what better way to do it than to do it automatically with a fertilizer injection system. That particular one's made by Easy Flow Irrigation. The brains behind this. What's going to tell the valves to turn on and turn off? Check this out. It's made by Rainbird, and check this out. It says ESP. It actually reads your mind. No, just kidding. It stands for Extra Simple Programming. Right now it's off. When it rains, it's off, but no need to water anything tonight because there's no grass yet. That's going to be tomorrow. Then tomorrow, once the grass comes, boom, we turn it on to auto run, and we close the door, and everything's automatic from there. So it's a great little system. Come on and follow me, and what we're going to do is I'll talk just a little bit about the elements, because our next video is going to show you the grass getting installed and the grass finished. It's going to totally transform this yard. The old yard used to have a pond here, and we've made a ton of pond YouTube videos, but this pond was about 20-30 years old, way before our time. It was time to say goodbye. It's like an old car that you love. The whole thing's falling apart, leaking. So they said goodbye, but they said hello to a brand new pond. Excuse me, a pool. Great little job here. There's something called a pergola that they have bougainvillea growing on. So that is going to get fed with drip irrigation. And I actually wanted to show you a little bit of this drip irrigation system as we progress. So with this yard, the Kelsey Fair designer actually called out for plantings, a planter along here. So we haven't done the drip irrigation yet because you typically do drip irrigation for plants after you install the plants. So you can kind of customize it right around the plants. If you put it before, you're going to waste a lot of water because you may not have plants in that particular area. Over here is going to be grass, and this is going to be grass for the kids. There's actually going to be grass along here, this whole expanse. In fact, what's interesting is that right here you can see the drip irrigation, We've got those. These are actually placed every 12 inches. So imagine about 2 or 3 inches underneath this entire yard where the grass is going to go. There's Rainbird copper shell technology every 12 inches it goes. So it was a pretty good job, but guess what? We did it in one morning. We did almost 1,000 square feet of this. So it's not impossible, you can do it, and we do it the right way. Now what is the right way to install drip irrigation? Well, besides fitting it every 12 inches, and you can only go so many feet, and then the water pressure drops, so you have to look at the manufacturer's specifications guide. Over there in the corner, there's a couple of boxes underneath. One of them's called an ARV, or air relief valve, and it takes out the excess air when the pressure turns on. It's not a real big thing to do. Most landscapers don't do it. We do, because it'll ensure your system will last virtually forever. And then we also have a clean out. You know, a plumber, well, when you get a plug in your sink, he may go to your front yard and he'll use that clean out. He'll roto-rooter the clean outs in the front yard. Well, that's like a clean out for the irrigation system. So we put that in too. So virtually we've got all bases covered. And so I'm going to do a video tomorrow, because the native sod is going to be here tomorrow. Native sod. Remember that, folks. That's the future. It's not, you know, something during the drought. In fact, the one thing we've learned about the drought in Southern California is it has changed the way we live. It's changed the way we do things. And so as a society, we need to all bind together and be more sustainable. This is Mike with Enviroscape LA signing off. When you think sustainability, think Enviroscape LA.